Since the off-cycle election ended in Imo State in the southeast of Nigeria, the main opposition party in the state, the People's Democratic Party, has vowed not to keep mute over the violent incidents in the last gubernatorial election held in the state. The Imo State chapter of the PDP prior to the election raised alarm over the demolition of a section of the fence of All Seasons Hotel belonging to a chieftain of the party, Myke Ikoku, in the state by Owerri Capital Development Authority, OCDA. So joining us now on the morning show is evangelist Myke Ikoku, chairman, dissolved Senator Samuel Anyanwu 2023 governorship campaign organization in the last Imo State governorship election. Great to have you. I'd like to ask you, what is going on precisely in Imo State as regards members of, your party? Did the building that you claim they are bringing down or they're targeting, did they get all the papers and all the necessary approvals? So let's sort that out first, legally according to the law, before we talk about politics now.
Yes, good morning, Nigerians. I want to appreciate Nigerians, and it's good we are coming on air to at least to tell Nigerians what has been happening in Imo. To be honest with you, the documents of all the properties in question are all intact. And they were all legitimately and legally acquired. These happens to be a land that was duly allocated to All Seasons Hotel by the Imo State government. So I don't even see reason why they should be intimidating, harassing, or threatening both my businesses and my staffs.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say that, yes, I was going to point out the fact that your business, your hotel in particular, was one of the buildings affected. Can you take us through what really happened? Were you served notice? Was any reason given as to the demolition or to, to what happened? And then what actions have you taken since then? And beyond your own personal business, have there been businesses of other PDP members in the state that have been affected?
Let me bring us back to memory lane. I had my first industrial presence in Imo in 1993 when I set up one of the biggest confectionery factories in Southeast. Until in 1999, when Ikoku Denwa became the governor of Imo State, he came to Lagos to come and speak to Imo people about the need to come back home and invest. That was how All Seasons Hotel was born, on 14th of February 2003. So between then and now, a lot has happened. The business has been very successful during the days of the previous administrations, and we have not had any issue because we keep developing, we keep increasing the capacity both in the state and for other businesses. We keep, that was why when Ikedio Hakim came into power in 2007, he saw the magnitude of work I have done in the hospitality and tourism sector and the successes I recorded. He made me the chairman of Imo Tourism Corporation as far back as 2007. I have done a lot, actually, in that state, increasing the capacity of state and also to help in shaping the policies of how the business community are run. Most of the time, if people who don't have experience in business or who has not managed successful business for some time are the ones who are making policies and shaping the indices that help for businesses to grow, because of their lack of experience in this sector and in this area, it always comes out negative. Instead of promoting and supporting the businesses, it ends up somehow destroying the business. In my own case, to be specific, I think the issues started from when I was appointed the chairman of the campaign council of the PDP governorship candidate in the last election. That was when these issues started. And they actually vandalized part of my property, broke down some areas in my property. These areas all had all the necessary documents and approval. The areas where we use wire gauze to protect happens to be a car park, which was duly allocated and leased to me, leased to All Seasons Hotel for 30 years. And all the documentation and approvals were all gotten from this same government in 2020, when the government came into power. So I wonder how suddenly they just came to my place without any notice, started breaking down. Everybody saw what happened sometime in August when they actually vandalized and destroyed a lot of my properties.
Okay, so they served you 21 days notice before this. What did you do in those 21 days?
Yes, they first served me 21 days notice in the section that was duly allocated by Imo State government to me. There's a CFO on that property issued to All Seasons Hotel in 2010. And they said we should relocate, we should vacate the premises that is property of Bank of Commerce and Industry. To see, I have no case with Bank of Commerce and Industry. And if I've taken anybody's land, the person should have gone to court. So what we did when they served that notice was to go to court. We went to court, and an injunction, not an ex parte, not actually an ex parte, but they were served. And they came, a state council represented the government, they were in court, and they couldn't file anything. So the judge in his magnanimity gave an injunction, which is still subsisting to today. Yet, they still keep harassing my staffs. And they came back there on the 1st of December again to also, once again, treating my staff and gave them 7 days notice again to quit, while the case is still in court. As I speak to you, my lawyer has no other option than to file the Form 48 against the Attorney General of the state and against the OCDA General Manager. We are really very surprised, the same way Nigerians are surprised.
Are you a taxpayer in that state?
Yes, of course.
All right, let me ask a question around. I asked a question earlier, which I'm not sure you've quite responded to, because in your view, this demolition, this harassment of your staff members is politically motivated. Now, I ask that, are there any other people who do not belong to the ruling party who were also targeted? Because this might go a long way in substantiating your claim that this wasn't done because you don't have the requisite, requisite papers and all to have, to occupy that space. Who else has been targeted, and for what reason?
Okay, you see, I can only speak for myself, and I'm speaking for what I know. I can't speak about what I don't know. But let me tell you, let me shock you, please. Let me shock Nigerians. They came, broke down, vandalized, and destroyed the wire mesh we used to as protective gauge for our customers for car park. 40 meters away from my hotel, there is another hotel there. They never thought that did the same, that copied what we did, and they never touched the hotel. It is sitting right very close to our hotel. People can go there and verify. Right even opposite my hotel, there is still a pharmacy and a new construction going on in front. They are using the same thing that we used. That thing is still standing. They didn't touch it. So when you see both things and you look at other outlets and hotels that copied what we did, the beautification we did, you will see they left all. They never touched. So you can clearly think that it is a pure victimization and targeted directly at All Seasons Hotel and my personality.
Okay, I'd like to ask you, when you got that land, when you were making the findings before you got that land, did you ever see anywhere written that that land had something to do with the Bank of Industry?
No, the land was actually allocated the Bank of Industry in 1982. Now, when Ikedio Hakim came into power, the government were revoking lands that were not developed after 25 years. That was actually what happened. And I even have a copy of the letter written by the Ministry of Lands to Bank of Industry to notify them that the land that was allocated to them 25 years ago, which they have failed to develop, has been revoked by government. I have a copy of that letter. It was after that the land that the government, Imo State government, found me worthy to allocate the land to me for further development, because the government at that time was actually supporting everything that we do in order to reshape tourism and hospitality in Imo State. And that was the same government that came and constructed the road that I did personally in the fort, and they came and dualized the road in front of that hotel.
Okay, so it was first given to Bank of Industry, but the government revoked it and gave it to you. So Bank of Industry had something to do with the land from day one.
Yes, that's true.
Do you have that letter
Excellent.
you claim that was written that the government was revoking that land from Bank of Industry and giving it to you? Do you have that letter?
Yes, I have a copy of it. I've even made it public. It's on my Yes, it's on my social media page. I made it public. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
It's on my Facebook page.
Just to clarify a few things you said when some press interviews you'd given, you'd mentioned that one of the people who had come in from the OCDA had said that, made statements around the fact that you are financing the opposition. How true is this statement? What were the things that they said? Because for you to mention that it wasn't just due process followed by the government, was targeted, you said some of the statements indicated that what you suspect is true. True or false?
How can I be the one financing opposition?
No, I didn't say you're the one. I said
Did
the people who came to, who were enforcing the directive to demolish parts of your building, did any of them make such a statement?
Yes, they did.
Okay,
they keep saying the problem I have is because I am championing the campaign for good governance, and because I was actually leading the campaign for good governance. Because if the state is not peaceful, the business of hospitality and tourism will die. Because for the past 3 years, our businesses in Imo it's almost collapsed.
So who said this?
People don't come to Imo anymore.
Who made the statement? Who made the statement about the fact that you're championing the cause of good governance? That you're championing the cause of good governance in the state?
It is one of the governor's appointee. He happens to be from my village.
What's his name?
His name is Chinasa. He's the one that made the statement.
All right. And
Chinasa.
All right. And what does this Mr. Chinasa do? Is he an official of the government? He
was physically present. Mm-hmm. He was physically present the day they demolished part of my property. When my staff called me on the phone and I came out, I came from home to come and see what they were doing. I saw him inside a black Hilux parked in front of my hotel. He was inside controlling and telling the people, the thugs. They came there with over 200 thugs with armed police people and so on and so forth. He was the one controlling the caterpillar that was destroying and vandalizing my properties.
All right.
Okay. So you made an allegation again against this person in government. Do you have proof of him saying it? Did you by any chance could do a recording of him when he was saying it?
If there are no proof, like as at today, I have been shouting to the whole world to hear me. The government has said nothing up till now. The government also in court has filed nothing up till now. So
okay.
What I'm thinking is not right.
Yeah. As we speak now, so if Chinasa says, provide a proof that I said these things I said, what are you going to show?
That he said what he
that the things
I don't understand your question.
The things you claimed he said to you, if Chinasa takes you up on it and said, give me proof, where is the proof? We're just doing it for the sake of clarity across board. That's just all we want.
No. It's everywhere. He's telling a lot of people that because it's a problem in the village, because we come from the same village. It's not only him. It's not only him.
Okay, so in telling a lot of people, it means nobody. All I'm just concerned about is proof. It's a video evidence where he's saying it. Have those people been able to even get you proof by recording what he's saying so that we are certain about what we're dealing with here?
No, nobody has given me any recording evidence or proof of what he was saying on video. Okay. I've not seen it on video, but that is what the stories that have been spreading all over.
Okay,
but if they say they believe it's a lie, they should have come out openly to speak.
Okay, so
the governor have not spoken about this. Nobody from government has spoken about this.
So you don't have proof of this thing you claim you said. It's just stories being bandied around. So you don't have proof. That's why I just asked you for proof.
This has Yeah, these are stories all over because I don't know. I am not the aggressor.
So I don't.
I'm
deal
not the aggressor in this case.
Evangelist Myke, I don't deal with stories around. I deal with facts, empirical facts. You don't have proof, as we speak, of these things you claimed that one Chinas has said, and you claim is telling other people. You don't have proof. Except you have proof. If you show me the proof now, I'll believe it. Just like when you said, oh, you have the proof of the letter that was written. All right? The other question I'd like to ask you is, have you... Go ahead, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
No. What I'm saying, I told you about the proof of the letter because it's something that is written. When people, as we are discussing now, my friend, if you are talking to your friend somewhere, will you allow the person to record you and post to somebody? So when you're talking, when you're discussing with your friend, I'm referring to you now directly. When you're when you're discussing with your friend outside this studio, do you record yourself?
Okay, so let me now answer the question. For the fact that I'm coming to say those things that people claim as conversations in public, I must have proof before I say them. That's just it. So it's just about proof. Saying it to yourself in your room is different from coming on a national, global, international platform like Arise and saying it else. So you must have proof. Let me move a little bit further and ask you, in all of this, have you engaged the state governor? And have you engaged the PDP gubernatorial candidates in the state, telling him all of this is happening to you?
Yes, of course. Imo people have seen. It's not about engaging them. Every Imo people, it's not today it started happening. It started immediately after the COVID, after the NSAS protest, when some people came and started, gave us tax liability to pay consumption tax when the government locked down the whole businesses all over Nigeria. Instead of giving us support, to support some of us who kept our business alive and did not sack our staff, what they came out is for us to pay taxes within that same time when business were closed down. You understand? So it's not about this. It's about these actions that these people are taking today. How will it affect the foreign direct investment in Imo?
No, hang on a minute. You cannot say the government should not ask for taxes if you want tax holiday. So is it because...
No, that's not what I said.
No, hang on a minute. Is it because you're a member
That is not what I said.
Hang on a minute, please. You are saying they slammed you tax liabilities. Do you think it's because you are in the opposition they slammed you tax liabilities? People will pay tax. You could have made a case and say, oh, the government should give us rebate because we just came out of COVID. That's it. So are you tying that tax to this PDP matter?
You didn't get...
You
didn't get me right.
Yeah, help me get
You did not get me right.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Get me right, first of all. There was a time during the COVID and after the COVID, government locked down all businesses all over the world. Government locked down every business that had to, even tourism and hospitality almost died during 2020, 2020, COVID-19, 2020, 2021. And you cannot be telling the same people you are supposed to support for them to be alive. Within that time when government closed all businesses down, was I operating for you to tell me to pay consumption tax then?
So
I was not in operation.
Was it because you were a member of the PDP?
That is my argument. I'm not talking...
So was it because you were a member of the PDP they asked for consumption tax or a statutory to be paid?
No. See, it's not only me. I'm talking because I have a voice. There are many businesses that are going through the same thing that we are going through and that can't speak. And if we don't speak up, all our businesses will die.
Okay. I mean, I get that. That's certain. And we encourage government to support a lot of businesses. But you stated your own part of the story. You've also talked about, the plight of the PDP in the state. Thank you so much, for your time, Evangelist. Really appreciate you for your time this morning. Thank you so much. And I'm sure people have listened to you.